Hey everybody, welcome to our Pink Power Live. We are super stoked about convention recap. Oh my gosh, we got flooded with information. Like, people seriously pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get the kind of information that we did. We had the best of the best there this weekend. We had Little Big Town there. We had Michael Bolin there, Rita Davenport. I mean, it was crazy. And we are so excited to share all this amazing information with you. So I'm Kara Flippin, Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
And I'm Nikki Westerfield, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and we are just so super excited. We are going to be sharing tons and tons of info with you guys, so if you guys want to get a piece of paper and a notepad and write down as much as you can, because we're going to be sharing lots of stuff tonight. And we're also going to do 2 drawings, so make sure you listen for the code word. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is just some announcements that the company gave us about what's going to be happening here soon. Already we are experiencing amazing hold times. They're less than a minute, so that has been a huge thing for us, from going from those long hold times to now less than a minute. Also, another thing that we're super excited about is shipping times are super fast. Some of them are even going out within 24 hours, and definitely getting in on that 2 to 3 business day time frame. Coming soon this fall, we are so excited to tell you guys shipping. I know I've done this. I know Kara actually recently just done this. We don't realize that we're out of products, and we want to order and get it as fast as we can. So now, coming this fall, we are going to have shipping next day air available to all of us. So when we forget to order our products, we can get them next day. So we are super excited about that.
And you can also, they're going to have instant tracking on packages, and there is the live chats that they're going to be implementing. So we're not necessarily going to have to call customer service anymore, but we can get the live chat, and that's something else that should be coming this fall. So that is going to be definitely helpful. But one of the biggest things that everybody has been raving about, and I know that you guys have seen it on Facebook, is our new products. So they have revamped this one, and I don't know if you guys have seen the video or not, but it was so funny because one of the reasons that I am not very consistent on the blog is because I am not good about waiting 30 minutes before I eat. My schedule is sporadic, and sometimes I'll eat lunch at 11, sometimes I'll eat it at 1, and I don't ever know. It's just whenever I get hungry, I go eat. It's a perk of being at home. So the block, I don't ever want to take it and have to wait 30 minutes. So now it's quick acting. So you can take it immediately before you eat, and then eat a carb-loaded or sugar-loaded meal, and it's going to block 48% of those carbs and sugars. So that is really big, and people have been raving about this and been experiencing great results. And my family's already been a lover of the block because it's definitely cut cravings. I know my husband has always loved it because that's what he always says got rid of his sugar habit. So the fact that he'll be able to take it now immediately before and not have to be worrying about the 30 minutes before, his schedule's a little more time than mine. But the fast acting is a big perk. The other thing is the edge. So there's a couple cool things that is really cool about this. So one is the energy. The energy has been insane. The sharper focus, the better thinking. Let me just read off the bottle for you guys. So it says healthy, sustained energy, sharper thinking, enhances concentration and focus, and improves mood. I know I personally have already experienced all of these things. So we just got back from convention, and Las Vegas was insane. And we came home, and we actually went on the red-eye flight. So we were up all night long. And then I came home to a teething baby that's been feeling awful. She's been running a high fever and not sleeping at night. So I don't think I've even slept since I've gotten back from Vegas, maybe an hour to 2 a night. Definitely no consistent sleep. And this has really been amazing for me, and I am loving it. And what's really awesome is it's the price of it. I think at wholesale we get it for $26. So if you're buying an energy drink regularly, those cost $2 to $3 per drink, and this is going to be less than $1 a day for you. There's a 30-day supply in here, so that is awesome as well.
Yeah. I was just going to say really quick, I'm loving the Edge myself. I took it the first day when we actually had our training, and I took it and I literally was so focused. Like, and if anyone knows me, I'm super, super ADD, and for Nikki to focus is real stuff. And I literally took so many pages of notes and I was just so focused the whole time. Well, then, like Kara said, we went to Vegas. It's been a really, really long trip. And I came back home, and yesterday I didn't take it until 5 o'clock, and I was literally 7 hours later, I was still feeling the effect of like still just being really, really focused and like not being super tired and having energy 7 hours later. And I don't recommend taking it super, super late because I was up really, really late last night, like past midnight, but I was totally okay with it because everybody was asleep and it was quiet and I was super focused and awake, which was fine. But I took it today, and I took it today at 9:30 a.m. and it's 9:30 p.m. and I'm still feeling like energized, and I'm just loving it. It's probably my favorite product so far. So I'm really excited about it.
It's definitely a pick-me-up, and like all of our other products, it's healthy. Like that's a big deal for us. They make sure that they have healthy key ingredients in them to keep us going. A couple other things is we have a mobile app that's coming, and the Success on Demand. So I know that you guys, if you are in our team pages, which you should be if you're on this page, you know that we are crazy lovers of personal development. You have got to invest in yourself and to be willing to grow in order to take those next steps. And that is one of, like, I was literally like raving whenever they said the Success on the Demand. My sister was beside me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is my favorite because it's going to be tons of access to free personal development. We're going to have tons of books on there. They're actually starting, and this is not coming until July 1st. I'm sure we'll get an email that gives us like the login information and all of that stuff. But we're going to have monthly book clubs with it, monthly topics for us to focus on so we can all be on the same page, growing together as a team. So now we don't necessarily have to pay money to invest in ourselves. Plexus is investing in us and doing it for us. So that should be another clue to say that personal development is a really big deal, and you're not necessarily going to have to read, because I know a lot of you guys don't like to read. It's going to be on audio, so you can listen to books and listen to motivational speakers and things like that. So
I know I am one to, like, I literally, Kara, I actually told your mom this when I first started up with Plexus and everybody was reading all these books. I was like, I cannot read. Like, I can't do it. Like, why can't audios be available? So I'm like really, really excited about this because I would love to just hit play and listen while I'm folding laundry or doing dishes or whatever. Okay. So one of the other exciting things that we're so super excited about is when you call customer service, customer and ambassadors are going to be two separate departments now. So it's just going to be as simple as pressing 1 for ambassador, pressing 2 if you're a customer, and it's going to be 2 separate departments, and customers are going to be priority over ambassadors. So I know that is going to help us tremendously, and so we're super excited about it. Another thing.
Sorry, has anybody else in the past ever panicked whenever you had a customer saying, like, I'll just call customer service for that? I'm like, no, let me do it. Let me be the middleman, because they've had so many issues. But they're fixing the issues and making customers a priority, so they should have like little to no wait time.
Yes, and now the wait time's so short anyways, and I know I'm excited that I stuck through all those hard times, because now we have like less than 1 minute hold times, which I know I already talked about, but I'm just really excited about it. And another thing that's going to be so cool is on our websites, we're going to be able to upload our story and share it on our actual website. So we're going to be able to like personalize our website and put our story on the website for people to be able to share right on your website with your contact information. So that's going to be really, really, really cool.
So I don't know if you guys have heard the crazy announcement at the end, but we have the opportunity to go to Dallas for Leaders Retreat. And there's a couple things about this. First, like we've talked about before, Plexus makes sure that they put us in the best of the best. Like, these leaders retreats are insane. They are a time of play and a time of leisure, not necessarily a time of work. Convention is definitely more, I love convention, but it's definitely more work. It's event after event after event, a training for you too. And this is a reward for us for being leaders in the company. But I do not want anybody on this call to think, okay, I'm not even trying, like I can't do it, it's not doable or anything like that. Because for one, if that is what you're thinking, you're totally right. You can't do it. You're not gonna do it. If you think that you can't do it, you won't do it. So we have to rearrange our thinking. We had a quote this weekend that said, whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. So it's gonna depend on what you think and how you feel about that. So you've got to make sure that you are telling yourself, this is doable, I can do it, I'm gonna make it happen. Now how? So we need 750 credits to get there. There's a ton of different ways that you can break this down, guys. We're going to get credits from new ambassadors. You're going to get new credits for new customers that order $50 worth of product or more. And then you're going to get credits for your personal volume. Nikki, share your story about your first year with Leaders Retreat.
Okay, so this is going on my 3rd year with Plexus. So my first year, I was not a very good ambassador. I was not plugged in. I had no idea what was going on. I saw posts sometimes, but I ignored them. I had no clue that Leaders Retreat was going on, and I was literally 5 points from winning Leaders Retreat. And when I realized what was going on, I think Lori actually sent me a message, and I was 5 points away, and it was too late. And I had made Leaders Retreat by 5 points. I only needed 5 more points, which I could have probably got myself in like a second if I would have known what was going on. And that was from me not even trying. So I'm telling you guys, anyone can do this. If you signed up yesterday, if you signed up today, like you can do this. Like you can, it's totally doable. You just have to set goals and make sure you're making those weekly goals so you can get there. And what's amazing too is the company almost always, I can't say this for sure, but the company always like doubles the points or gives us some type of special to help us out. Like I think last year they did like $17 for ambassador sign up fees or something like that. So we're going to have lots of tools to make sure that we get these extra customers and extra ambassadors. So just keep pushing yourself and you'll get there.
Yeah. And I know that a lot of times if you're like me, sometimes we get to feeling like super overwhelmed and we're like, what do we focus on? Like, should I be getting new customers? Should I be getting new ambassadors? For me, I'm like, should I be trying to grow more leaders? Like exactly what should I be doing? So we want you guys just to make sure that you're just taking it day by day, step by step, and breaking it down person by person. And you just have to go out there and be willing to share from the very beginning. And whenever my very first year in Plexus, I went to convention and they announced Leaders Retreat. I had maybe 3 people on my team. I think I had just turned silver for convention whenever I look back. But I had like 3 people on my team at convention and they announced Leaders Retreat and I knew I wanted to go and I was excited and I shared and I told everybody. And not only did I earn Leaders Retreat, I also won the special event that they had and I won the travel voucher and stuff like that, which is like way double than what it even took to get to Leaders Retreat. So in our files and Show Me Plexus, I have it in Diamonds in the Making. There is a DMO tracker. So DMO is Daily Methods of Operation. And it just kind of gives you things to do, things to focus on every single day. So sit down on Sunday and make a list. These are the people that I'm going to invite. These are the people I'm going to follow up with. These are the ambassadors on my team that I want to follow up with. These are how many Facebook posts I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to, like, this is what book I'm going to read in personal development and invest in myself today. So just make sure that you're filling this out and help keeping you on track. That way, if you sit down and it's a Tuesday and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do, you can go back to work that you've already put effort into and be like, okay, I need to follow up with Susie, Carol, and Jim, or I need to reach out to Melissa, or I need to make sure that Nikki is getting what she needs from me on my team and things like that. And a couple things, Nikki and I were talking about this earlier, and especially if you are a gold ambassador or above, there's a lot of you that I can think of that are on my team that are even halfway gold ambassadors, not quite there yet, but have already got a really significant team underneath you. to start doing maybe weekly or bi-weekly team calls with your team. Start creating that culture, start pouring into your team and starting that training. But that is something that's also going to help you in return get to Leaders Retreat, because if you pour into your team, that's going to help them build belief and help know that they can do it too. And this isn't a lone effort thing, because we get points for our own ambassadors, but we also get credits for our ambassadors on our levels 2 through 4 as well, right? So we want to be pouring into those people and making sure that you guys get what you need from us to help you be successful. So if you're pouring into your team, that's also going to help you earn Leaders Retreat. And there's a little breakdown on this DMO on what you can do every month in order to get there. One of them is getting $1,000 in PV every month, 5 new customers, and 5 new ambassadors. If you do that every single month, that's just a guaranteed way you'll get to Leaders Retreat. Do you have anything to add to that? Was I kind of clear?
Yeah, no, that was really clear. I just really want to stress that, like, everybody's like the leaders that you do have on your team, that you are, like she said, like, we get credit for your levels 1 through 4. So if there's somebody on your team that you know is striving towards Leaders Retreat, make sure you get with them and set some goals and make sure that they know what they need to do to get to Leaders Retreat, because everything that they do, you're going to get points for that towards your Leaders Retreat as well. So I'm really, really excited about all of it.
One of the things by the way, if you need to save the dates, it's October 27th through 29th. So if you want to mark that on your calendar, go ahead and ask off work, because you know you're going to get there. Go ahead and do that. I have some of my team, some already that have already done that, scheduled off work, bought their plane tickets, stuff like that. But on this DMO thing that we have, it tells you every day, pick 3 people that you're going to invite. And that's 3 people that you're going to invite to listen to your opportunity. So whether that is a 3-way call or a coffee date or something like that, definitely be doing those. But another thing that we have for you in place are events. We have our online event that you guys are aware about, and Nikki and I are doing a live opportunity event through our Pink Power Live next Tuesday. And we want you guys to make sure that you're taking advantage of these things, because I know that I've told you guys this before, but we have our online events, just our Facebook events bi-weekly is what we have this every other Thursday. I personally have several people that are probably on this call and several customers that are joining me now because of those events. So you guys are literally self-sabotaging yourselves if you guys are not participating and inviting people to these events. So first things first, we have an event next Thursday. It's already created. Kathy Dobson and Tabitha Mayfield usually host them and do all the posting for us. We're super thankful for you guys, if you guys are on here, for doing that. But they're doing all the hard work for you guys. They are posting, they're getting the information out there. All we need you guys to do is to invite your people, show up, leave a couple comments so they know that you're there with them and you can help answer the questions. And like I said, it's self-sabotage if you guys aren't doing it, because this is a sure way to help people get that third-party validation on saying, oh my gosh, these products work. Oh my goodness, that opportunity is insane. I have to be a part of that. Take advantage of it. And same thing with our event next Tuesday. Nikki and I will be posting, all of the details about it on Facebook so you guys can get invited to that. But it's going to be live just like this, where you can just click your YouTube link and we will share the opportunity, and we'll be doing giveaways kind of the same way that we're going to be doing giveaways tonight. So get involved and show up, guys, because another way to help you get to Leaders Retreat is by inviting and showing up to events.
Yes. And speaking of giveaways, we are going to do 2 drawings tonight for this super cute Plexus hat. We have 2 of them. And your first code word is leader. So make sure you send me or Kara a message with the code word leader to be entered into the drawing. And speaking of leader, I'm just going to go through, make sure you have your pen and paper, because I'm going to go through lots of notes that I have that we got from Leaders Retreat. Just what are some things that we should be doing if we want to become a leader? Just one quote that I love that I wrote down is, I am a leader when it's easy and I'm a leader when it's hard. The first person that I need to lead is me. This worked really, really hard for me because I think that me and Kara, especially because we do so many things every week, Sometimes we get really like lost and we're not adding ambassadors and we're not adding customers. So it's really, really important for you guys, if you want to be a leader, to make sure that you are doing the same things that you want the people on your team to do. Make sure that you're adding ambassadors. If you want the people on your team to add ambassadors, make sure you're doing it. Make sure you're setting the example that you're doing it. You're adding customers. You're doing the income producing activities every single day. Leaders will follow. I have that down too. When they see you doing that stuff, they're gonna want to do it too. It's gonna drive them to do it too. So when you become a leader, when you decide I'm gonna be a leader, you lose the right to go in and out. They use this saying in training: you do not have the right to go in a coma and back in and out and in and out. Like, just be, you can't be a leader one day and then not be a leader the next week. You need to consistently be a leader every single week. And being consistent is going to literally like show your team, like, I'm in this to win this. I'm not giving up. I'm going to do this every single week. And I promise you, if you're doing that every single week, you're going to have results. My phone's going crazy because everybody's sending me the code word.
That's fine.
I love it. Make sure you guys are taking notes too. So one thing that they told us in training is to, on your level ones, everybody that you're signing up, make sure that you're getting with them and that you know their why. A lot of people don't know their why right when they sign up, and that's okay. And a lot of people's why changes as they get more involved. Like, I have somebody on my team who literally their why was to just make enough money to get the products paid for just them. Then their why became, I want to make enough money to get the products paid for my whole family of 4 that's taking the products. And then her why went to, I want to make enough money to pay my mortgage payment. Your why will change, and that's okay. But make sure when you sign someone up that you know their why and you know their goals from the very beginning, so you can help them achieve their goals and help them set goals to make sure that they achieve their goals. And one thing that you can do to help them do that is hold them accountable. Let them know that you're going to hold them accountable before you do this. And just make sure you're there with them, setting those goals and making sure that they achieve them. Another thing, and I don't know, Kara, if you wanted to talk a little bit about this, is using the success kit right when you sign somebody up. Our success kit is so amazing, and they have completely changed it. And if you're going through the success kit with somebody, there's no way in the world that they don't know how to be successful with Plexus, because that success kit is everything they need to know. I know you have that. Can you like hold that up that you had here, Kara?
To get started in the whole success kit. One thing that they told us this weekend that really stuck with me at convention is duplication should be system dependent, not sponsor dependent. So that means that this should be duplicatable, whether you sign up under me, whether you sign up under our Diamond Lori Cooper, whether you sign up on one of our level 7s, 8s, 9s, way down there. But we have a system in place that is duplicatable, and Plexus did that for us with the success kit. So all you have to do is just open this up, go through it with your ambassador, and this gives them, this is what you do to get started, and this is how you are successful with our company. And they even go one step further with our, back here, with our book that gets you started, and literally is full of everything that you need to know, guys. So take this seriously and be training your people on it, and you yourself be making sure that you're reading it and breaking it down.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to talk about one more thing. When people are going to buy into you before they're buying into the company or the product. So just always make sure that you're being, that you have the belief and you're showing that you have that belief. Belief is a must-have in this company. You want to make sure that you believe in the company, you believe in the products 100%, and there's nobody in this world that can shake that away from you. Your team wants to feel like that they are a part of something big, and they want to know that you believe in this company, and that you know that this opportunity is amazing, and our compensation plan is better than any network marketing company. And tell them, go look at this network marketing company compared to our compensation plan. Go tell them and be confident about it. Believe in our company. I know that I did not understand that for the longest time, and when I started really, really showing people that I believe like this and being confident about it too, and telling them like, I will argue with you all day long. Like, our compensation plan is better. I know it's better, and I will show you why it's better. Just belief is just so super important. Belief in our products. If you need to build that belief, watch testimonials, watch videos. I mean, there are so many testimonials out there that can build your belief in just a quick second if you really need help building your belief. Another thing that I think was really, really important that they pointed out is, if you want this opportunity to be your career, treat it like a career. This is your job. This is important. You want to make sure you show up every single day. You want to make sure, even in the littlest ways, by being a great person, being genuine, being, somebody that somebody looks up to. Like I said, people buy into you before they buy into the company. They want to buy products from somebody who they trust and somebody who that they know that they can look up to and trust that they're getting into something that is genuine and amazing. I also have on here to connect with your personally sponsored ambassadors, and they're going to duplicate what you're doing. Just making sure you're keeping in check with them, you're checking in with them daily, weekly, just making sure you're building that personal relationship. And when you're doing that with them, they're going to duplicate that and do that with the people that they signed up. Silent leaders fail. Make sure that you're not being a silent leader. Make sure that you're recognizing people in your team who are in the top PV in your top 10 or top 20 or whatever you do. Make sure you're recognizing people when they're growing your team, people that are working hard, being a leader, people who get their first Facebook post, people who get their first customer, get their first ambassador. There was a fun quote that I love that I wrote down that says, people work harder for praises than raises, and it's free. Free recognition. Like, people love it. People love it so much. And it's just one of those things that it's free, and you can just do it in like a quick second, and it just means so much to everyone. When you're showing passion, others will. Happiness and joy is contagious. And I know we were at convention, but if you haven't been to convention, when you get there, you see all of these diamonds, and they are all just so happy. And so, I mean, they have literally hundreds of people walking up to them a day asking them to take pictures with them because they're Plexus famous, and everybody wants a picture with Celeste Gawain and everybody else that's there. And they're just so fun and happy and grateful. And they made a thing that said, they're not happy because they're diamond. They're diamond because they're happy. They're diamond because they're grateful. They're diamond because they are just super, super genuine and loving and nice. And that is what got them to diamond. They're not happy because they're diamond and they're making all of this loads of money. I think one of the diamonds even said on stage, she had on like a pair of heels that were literally $3.99, and she makes more than a brain surgeon. So it just shows you, like, these people are really genuine and they're amazing. And that's how they got to the top. Another thing that I wrote down is identifying your leaders. Identifying your leaders may not always be like who you want to be a leader. Identifying a leader can be somebody who you don't even know, who you know is going to be successful. I know, like, sometimes we sign up our best friend and we're like, oh my God, I want you to be a leader. But if they don't have it, then they just don't. And you have to move on to the people that do, the people that want it, people that show up. So invite those people to the leadership process and help them develop into leaders. I think I already talked about accountability. We don't have a boss, so we have to hold ourselves accountable for doing those daily things that Kara was talking about and making sure that we're checking those off, because we don't have a boss looking over our shoulder, which is amazing because we can slack whenever we want, but we have to get those things done, and we have to make sure that we are holding ourselves accountable.
Or getting an accountability partner. So many people in Plexus have accountability partners, and that really does help you stay on track. And we know that from experience.
Yes, absolutely. And me and Kara, we do this too. We just did this month. Like, we're like, our goal is to sign up 5 ambassadors. We're like, well, we need to like at least average 1 a week. So like every week we check in with each other. Hey, did you get your ambassador this week? Like, and it's so helpful. Like, and if she gets her ambassador and I haven't got mine yet, it pushes me to want to get that and make that goal with her. So it's really nice to have somebody to work towards the same goals that you're working at. So if you guys need an accountability partner, get with us and we'll try to help you guys get one. Another thing that is huge, and this really, really set in with me because I like to talk a lot, and they told us that we need to start listening more than we're talking. People love to talk about themselves, and you just have to make it about them. You want to make it about them. You want to make it about what they want to succeed with. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. And I just, that's just so huge. Listen 80% and talk 20%. Like, it's hard, but you have to be comfortable silent. Like, you will get more benefit out of it if you're silent and you listen. And I know for some of us that's really hard, me being myself, but it's definitely stuff that we can work on. So another thing is focusing on ambassadors that you have on your team, finding the answers themselves. I know that I actually had, I think when I first signed up, Kara, I bugged your mom all the time. I was like, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And one time she sent me this video, and it was Sonia Dudley. I don't even know if I've ever told her this, that I remember this, but I do. She sent me this video of Sonia Dudley, and Sonia Dudley's talking about how to, after 3 months of being in the business, like, you have to go out and try to find these answers first before you're asking your upline for every single answer. And I really, really, really am pushing everybody to go out there and push your ambassadors to find the answers themselves, because when they find the answers themselves, it's so much more rewarding than somebody just telling them the answer. And it really, really pushes them to become more of a leader. So we really just really ask that everybody is trying to get their ambassadors on the team to find the answers themselves. You can even give them clues or ask them, what do you think? Or ask them questions.
You're more likely to grow too, and you're more likely to remember it if you know where to find that. And our goal, a common goal for all of us, is to be building our own team and to be growing in that aspect. So you're going to have to be able to be there for your future team members as well, and know where to get all of these, and not have to go and maybe ask your upline again when your downline asks you a question. You're like, oh, I don't know where I found that, or anything like that. And you're going to want them doing the exact same thing.
Yes. It's tough love. But another thing that they said too is love before the tough. Like, don't sign up somebody and like just be really, really tough with them and expect them to know everything. Make sure that you're building that relationship and you're not being like super non-helpful because you want them to find the answers. Make sure that you're loving them and helping them before you try to give them that tough love. I love this question, and if I could literally like print it and put it on my wall somewhere, I would. Helen McFadden was one of the leaders, Diamond Ambassadors, that trained our senior Ruby and Ruby training, and she said, there's always like certain things that you have that you might not want to say to your downline, but here is a really good way to put it, and I love this question so much. It's if I saw something that was holding you back in your business, would I have your permission to tell you? And by asking them that, you're asking their permission to help them out. And I just love that. I have it like literally like hugely highlighted with like wow and arrows because I'm like so obsessed with it. I just feel like it's a really good like script. Like, I need to put it in our script page because I love it. I'll repeat it one more time. If I saw something that was holding you back in your business, would I have your permission to tell you? I think that some of us have things that we want to say to people in our downline that we kind of like don't say because we don't want them to like get mad at us, or we don't want to like offend them or anything like that. So it's really nice to have like a nice script, and you're asking their permission to tell them what you think that is holding them back and could really, really help their business. And I think that they'll appreciate it too. So one of the good things is about signing people up who know a lot of people. People with big networks are going to be really, really great at this business. Talking to people fast. That's another thing I wrote down. You want to talk to people fast before your neighbor does. Like, we literally had someone in training and they were like, I'm serious. If Stacy is my friend on Facebook and they're your friend on Facebook and Stacy wants Plexus and you don't talk to her, I'm going to talk to her. Like, you guys have, like, you have to make sure that you're getting to these people before your neighbor does. Plexus is
you guys to really, we want you guys to understand how fast we are growing right now. we are starting to really get momentum going, and our company is really starting to explode. And we had over double the amount of people at convention this year that we had last year. And just think about all of those people going out and sharing. Like, I really have no doubt that we are going to be a $1 billion company very soon, and we're going to continue to grow like crazy. And I mean, there's no way we can't. We have an opportunity that's insane, and we have products that work, and people are crazy about it, and they're going to share. So it's what they kept telling us: whoever talks to the most people wins. So if you guys want to reach those goals and you guys want to get there, you guys are going to have to be bold, and you're going to have to share what we have, because if you don't, like she said, somebody else is going to.
Absolutely. And this is just something, like, just for us Ohio people, like, this is just an example. When I first signed up for Plexus, I never even had heard of Plexus. And I don't think that there was like anyone in Ohio when I signed up for Plexus almost 3 years ago. Now there is, I think there's 2 diamond ambassadors, there's a sapphire ambassador, there's emerald ambassadors. And just in our team in Springfield, gosh, there's at least almost 400 people that have signed up with Plexus in the past few years. And that is going to do nothing but like quadruple. Like, and I'm serious, like Kara said, like, our company is not going anywhere. Like, we're doing nothing but expanding in every single state and every single town. Another thing I wrote down was being a leader is it all starts with you. Does your team know what you're doing? Post when you get 10 no's in one single day. Do they know that you're getting 10 no's? Do they understand that that's a good thing? It's not a bad thing because you're actually putting work in. You might get 10 no's, but you also might get 3 yeses. So getting those no's is super important. Are you posting about it? Does your team know you're doing that? Post when you're getting new customers. Be okay with no's. Fall forward. You want people to do better than you. I know that some people, like, even people in their downline, they see them adding people and they're like, oh, I can't believe that she added so-and-so. Like, want your team to do better than you. Want your team to get those people that, oh, you might thought we're going to sign up under you, but they signed up under Sally instead. Like, be happy for them and move on to the next person. Like, want more for your team than you have for yourself, because what your team is doing, you are going to get those benefits as well. Where to find leaders. 4 qualities that are super, super important to finding leaders. Number 1 is influence. You want to find people on your team that to sign up on your team that have great influence in their community. People that have, number 2, people that have work ethic. People that are busy, people that like really take work serious and they're not like lazy about it at all. They have that work ethic. Number 3, emotional maturity. You want to make sure that they're mature enough to do this. Number 4, a love for people. I mean, we are in network marketing. A love for people is huge. So huge. Another thing that they told us, just in case for all of you people that love the numbers and love to like set your goals and go with your goals by setting them and making sure that you're getting to those goals. If you're trying to get to gold, think like this. I need 7 silver ambassadors to be gold. Look for those silver ambassadors. Who do you know that can get 3 people signed up on their team? If you are wanting to be ruby, look for 5 golds that you know that can get to gold. 5 people that you know that can get to gold, and you'll be to ruby. And so forth. Sorry, I'm just turning on my notes. This was just something that kind of stuck with me. Focus on your traits. Everybody has weaknesses, but we want you guys to focus on your strengths. This is just a fun little story they shared with us at convention. All bunnies get A's in schools with hopping because all the bunnies can hop, but can they swim? No. So like, work on your strengths. And don't desire like somebody else's gift. Embrace your own, because you're going to drive yourself crazy if you're constantly focusing on the things that you're not good at. Focus on the things that you are good at and make them who you are. Make them show up. Make them pull out of you into your business. Negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are so toxic. This is literally scientific facts right here. Negative thoughts, toxic thoughts, releases bad chemicals into your body. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Scientists have proven that there are dead parts of our brain where we have negative thinking. So those parts in your brain when you're negative thinking all the time are literally dead, literally. So you have to retrain your brain to thinking positively. Your thoughts affect your health, literally. I just cannot push that more. Like negative thinking is just, I try to think positive for everything, and I'm not a perfect positive thinker, but negative thinking, negative lifestyles, negative, everything toxic in your life really, really affects our health. So they really, really focus on being positive and having that positive thinking no matter what.
That was one thing that I feel like they poured into us over and over and over again at convention is the power of our thoughts and what we think about ourselves and things like that. And you guys, you have to have belief in yourself. And that's one of the reasons that I was so incredibly excited about this personal development, because we have got to invest and pour into ourselves and realize what God, our creator, says about us, and know that we are loved and we are special and we are unique and you are wonderfully made. And you guys have special traits out there that are just for you, and nobody can do them as well as you are. And that's what she's trying to say. Focus on those strengths, embrace them. Don't compare yourself to anybody else that is going to steal your joy, that's going to push you on the ground. I mean, that makes me like, I've made a post on Facebook. Whenever I'm comparing myself to other people, I want to like go curl up in a ball, cover my head up and think, oh my gosh, I'm not good at that. And I just have to push that away and say, here are the things that I'm good at. This is what I'm going to focus on. And this is what's going to push me forward. And we want you guys to do the same thing.
Sorry, guys. Yes, I love that so much. And another thing that I wrote down is it's literally scientifically proven that love wipes out fear. And they did this whole like,
proven.
Yes. And they did this whole thing like root of emotion, like fear versus love. And basically fear and love cannot be existent at the same time. You're either, no matter what you're doing, you're either acting out of fear or you're acting out of love. And if you live off of fear, your true self will vanish. And I just love that so much. And it's true. If you really think about it, it's true.
I was thinking about that whenever I am wanting to go approach a new person about Plexus, because I know that it can help them. I know that they either need the opportunity or I know that they have a health problem that this can deal with. So am I either going to not do it out of fear of rejection or fear of what they might say, or do it out of love for that person and love for how that can help them? So if you think about it like that, I mean, I don't know, that really hit home with me. Like just always having my emotions come from love and not out of fear. Fear is from Satan. Love is from God, working his ways.
Yes, yes. And don't spend time over things that you can't control. Like if somebody says no, like move on to the next person and be positive about it. Focus on your strengths like we were talking about. This is just a quote that I like wrote down that I like absolutely love. It says, if you think that anyone's life is perfect, you just don't know them well enough. So true. Nobody's perfect. Focus on your strengths. You're either green and growing or old and rotting. Another thing that I wrote down too is be a daily goal setter and also be a daily goal hitter. Go make it happen. Focus on your strengths like we were talking about and just do it. Like, I don't know. That just really hit home for me because I feel like setting goals is so important. And so many of us like let weeks and weeks go by without setting any goals at all. And when you set goals, you actually really push for those goals. I know some people get on here and they think that they're working and they're scrolling on Facebook all day long. But if you're focusing on adding that one ambassador a week or whatever your goal is, like you're going to be doing whatever you need to do to make sure that that ambassador is getting added to your team. Sorry, I've been talking for a really long time.
Always make sure that you guys too are always just having a high standard of integrity. Just try to avoid management mode. And I know Nikki mentioned this in the past, but like being an example, leading by example, don't be calling your upline complaining because your team is not adding ambassadors. Go out and add ambassadors. If you want your team to add ambassadors, don't be complaining because your team's personal volume is low. Look at yourself. Always reflect yourself. Don't be a complainer. Focus on your IPAs, your personal development, do the events, the power of 3. And just like I said, always have that high standard of integrity. Do unto others what you want people to do unto you.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some homework. So I hope you guys all have a pen and a piece of paper, and you guys can just send this to your upline if you go out and do it. And I really hope everybody does. We want you guys to all make a list of like the top people that you want to pour into, the top people that you want to coach and help make it to the top and help get to silver, help get to gold, or whatever it is their goal may be. Make a list of those people and pour into those people. The second thing that we want you guys to do is make a list of your 5 strengths. Don't ask people what your 5 strengths are. Don't try to figure out what other people think. Think of yourself. What are your 5 strengths? And write them down on a piece of paper. Third thing I want you to do, and I love this. This is probably my favorite. I would like for all of you guys to go sit in a quiet corner somewhere in your house, wherever it is. Write down all of your like negative and toxic thoughts or negative and toxic anything that's going on in your life, and write that down on a piece of paper. And then I want you to take another piece of paper and write down what God says about what to do and how to handle it, what the good part of you says to go do and how to handle this and what to do. And then take that first piece of paper, and I want you to literally take a lighter, light it on fire, and throw it away. And then I want you to take the second piece of paper, and then I want you to take the second piece of paper and keep that piece of paper and make that your daily affirmations. Make your life about getting those toxic and negative things out of your life. Make sure you're reminding yourself every single day how to live a non-toxic life and how to be happy. And that's all I have up on the homework.
Thing after all, sorry, I think you froze up on me.
No, you're good.
Are you done? Yeah. Okay. She's frozen on me. I hope we're not both talking. But one of the things that we did not mention earlier is the consistency club that Plexus just came out with. And this is a really great way to help you guys to keep a consistent PV, and Plexus is going to reward you and recognize you for that. The first one is being a part of the Club 300, Consistency Club 300, and there's 3 areas of focus for all of these. It's building PV, maintaining your customer base, and adding customers. So in order to be a part of the 300 Consistency Club, you have to have 300 PV, 3 existing customers, and add 1 new customer that month. And then in order to be a part of the 500 Consistency Club, you have to have 500 in personal volume, 5 existing customers, and add 3 new customers that month. So what's really cool about this is for a convention, they've worked it in. So if you were part of the 500 Consistency Club, 2 out of the 3 months for June, July, and August, Plexus is going to give you a VIP upgrade ticket at Leaders Retreat and also a special reception. And then everybody that is part of the Consistency Club for 8 out of the 10 months starting in June all the way to March is going to be recognized at convention for next year. And they also have some fun giveaways that they're giving to the people that have consistently held their volume and are consistently adding a customer base. And one of the really big things about having these customers are that's really the bread and butter of our business, having the customers and having those testimonies, and then later converting so many of those customers into ambassadors, because I'm sure most of people on here started out as a customer first and then fell in love and wanted to share. So we are also going to end with one more giveaway for those of you that had made it all the way to the end, and then we will wrap this up for you guys. So our second code word is EDGE. So make sure that you PM Nikki or me the code word EDGE, and we will put you into a drawing for another hat. So we will be mailing out 2 of those this week.
Yay.
Do you have anything else before we wrap it up, Nick?
I do have actually a few more things that I have here. And this is just like, I just want to tell everybody, do not compare yourself to what the world thinks success is. When you compare yourself, you've lost your identity. And just know that you're enough. This company is different. Come on, we have people that make more than brain surgeons in our company, and it's not like unheard of. And I mean, look at all the people that we have that stay at home. We have so many stay-at-home moms that get to stay at home with their kids that don't have to pay $1,000 a month in daycare or more. And I just think that we all put labels on ourselves. And I think that that's one of the hardest things for people is to branch out and just not care about what people think of them for getting into a network marketing company. And it took a really long time for me to get this too, but now I'm telling you what, I look at people and I feel bad for them. I'm like, I'm sorry that you are not educated in network marketing, because network marketing is where it's at. And I guarantee you that I'm going to be super, super successful with network marketing without even a college degree. And it's not unusual. Just know that you guys are enough. I think that people put labels on things, like people with high IQs, people with low IQs, people who are average, right-brained, left-brained, gifted. People put so many labels on people, and it's not true. Focus on your strengths. Remove that thinking from your brain. Your intelligence grows when you embrace the gifts that you have and you focus on the things that you are good at and your strengths. And I think that that's all that I have to say. Just know that our company is different. Know that we are amazing. And I just cannot tell you how excited that we were to be in convention and to just be able to see all of these people, 12,000 people. And I can't even imagine, if it wouldn't have sold out, how many thousands people would still be involved and still have came to convention. It's just crazy. In 2011, there were under 300 people at convention. This year, there was almost 12,000 of us, and the sanctuary was insane. Like, next year, we're going to have to move to like a football stadium because there was just so many of us that they had to literally like say we were sold out. So like, I just really, really hope you guys see the growth in the company, see how huge we are. I know for me, one of my, I just thought maybe at the end, Tara, we could share like a takeaway. One of my biggest takeaways, and I posted about it on Facebook, is how many moms there were with their babies at convention. Like, they literally, Plexus had a stroller parking section for all the moms, and there was just babies and moms everywhere. And I just thought it was so nice. Like, can you bring your kids to work? No, most people can't bring their kids to work. And it's just an amazing thing. Our company is just so God-loving and generous and genuine. And when you go to convention, you just feel that. And they don't even have to put on a show. And you can tell that they're not rehearsing these things. Like, they go live on stage and they messed up. They're real people. And you can just tell that they're just so genuine. And that was my biggest takeaway. It always is my biggest takeaway every time I go on a trip with Plexus. So, are you there, Kara? Can you hear me? We lost her for a second. Are you there?
I'm here right now. It keeps cutting in and out.
Okay.
Cutting in and out. So I just didn't want to cut you off.
Do you have anything else that you want to add? I was just sharing a few takeaways that I had.
I don't think so. I didn't really hear what yours are. So I just won't add into that because I didn't hear what you were talking about at the very end.
That's okay. Well, we will go ahead and wrap it up. We are so excited. I hope that everybody got jotted down the little homework assignments that we have. And we do this just to help you guys because we know that you guys are special and we know you guys want this. So send those to your upline or send them to your power partner, whoever you guys want to share those with. And we will talk to you guys next week.